let's jump in and have some clearing time. Let me just show you how it all works and give you guys an experience of the magic of emotional clearing. Dun, da, da, da. Amazing. All right. So let me start with a little pre-frame just to like get our heads in gear so that everyone can play along and really experience this. So I'll jump into a couple of slides just to warm up your mind. So let's think about what your favorite car, like dream car would be. What would your absolute dream car? If you could have any car in the whole world, any price, any whatever it is, cylinders, and drive it wherever you want, what kind of car would you want? You don't need to type it in the chat. You can if you want, but just hold it in your mind. What is your dream car? Got it? Okay. Now, imagine that you are driving that dream car, whatever dream car it might be, in first gear, with the handbrake just a little bit on. How would your driving experience be? Not very good, right? It wouldn't be your dream driving experience. So the kind of sad and scary and also the opportunity that we have is that that's what we're doing every day with our minds, right? With our minds and with this amazing biomechanical, neurological machinery of our incredible human bodies. And so if there's something that you want in your life, a goal that you want to achieve, whether it's growing your revenue, whether it's losing weight, whether it's finding love, whether it's growing a new social group or moving country or whatever goal you might have in your life, getting a degree, finding a new job, all of the wonderful things that make life worth living, enjoying time with your family and friends, whatever that goal might be, we all have some goal. There's always something that we want more of. We want more love, more attention, more intimacy, less stress, less money worries, less, less past regrets holding us back. And so oftentimes when we're going for a goal, we might consciously want it, but unconsciously have the handbrake on, right? Unconsciously have the handbrake on in terms of our unconscious drives. Maybe there's some past pain or some stored trauma or some conditioned limits. Think about all of the times someone has said to you in the past, oh, you can't do that. Or, oh, that's not for, no, no, shh. Be quiet, don't speak up, or that's not available for you, or you can't do that. So just like notice all of the times and places where your expansion impulse has been limited or held back or conditioned or just undermined, where someone hasn't really believed in you, and then that's caused you to kind of doubt and not believe in yourself. Is this resonating with you guys? Like, I know I've jumped straight in because I want to make sure we cover some great stuff and also get done in time so that you can get on with your day. So just let me know, drop a Y in the text chat if that resonates with you, that you have that experience of having a goal, but somehow not being able to fully go for it in the fullest way that you want to, or that someone or something or your past or conditioning or whatever has held you back. Thanks, Katie. Drop a Y in the text chat if you resonate with that, because that's really what this work is really about. It's about, yeah, okay, we're in the right place, you guys. We're gonna have some fun. Okay, people think you dream too big. Penny, you do dream big, and that's amazing. And that's the thing I love most about you, amongst many things that I love about you. It's awesome. So here's the thing, right? It's like when you've got this goal in your mind or something that you want, even if it's not fully formed yet, and you've also got unconscious blocks, it's almost like you're kind of pushing in the wrong direction. And so what we need to do is ideally get ourselves aligned, because when we're aligned, when our conscious desires and our unconscious drives are going in the right direction or the same direction towards our goals, then we start to feel like things are getting great in our lives. Like when life, think about a time in your life where everything just seemed to be falling into place, where maybe you just got a promotion at your work, or you just landed a big client if you're running your own business, or you've just lost a bunch of weight and you're feeling great about yourself, and you've got some fancy new outfit, and going out partying with your friends and feeling awesome. Like, think about some time in your life where everything seemed to be going in your direction. Everything's going my way, or everything's moving in my direction. In those moments where things were going your way, that feeling comes from being aligned, right? It comes from being aligned in your conscious mind and your unconscious mind, where every part of you is congruent with where you're heading. You're enjoying what you're doing. There's lots of studies, which I'm not going to go into today, but there's lots of studies about flow state that talk about when we're doing something and taking action on something that's meaningful, then we start to get those good feelings, right? It's like you could, work on your project for hours and feel like only minutes has gone by. You lose time because you're having so much fun. Or you have all these opportunities like show up in your life, like, oh my God, where did this even come from? And it seems like it was kind of a gift from God or something. And those moments happen when our unconscious drive is aligned with our conscious desires. And so when that happens, then things start to feel really good. And so what we do in this work, in this clearing work, is bring up to the surface the things that have been unconsciously pulling us back, the unconscious handbrakes. And they show up very obviously, even though it's unconscious, right? We're not conscious of holding ourselves back. We do become conscious and aware of the behaviors that we do. So maybe it's procrastinating. Maybe it's doing something that seems in contrast with your goal. Like maybe if you've got, like for years, I used to work exclusively in weight loss. So when I was working in weight loss, like lots of people say they want to lose weight and get fit, but then also eat cookies and cakes or like have an ice cream binge at night, or sleep in. It's like the conscious mind says, let's lose weight and let's go and get fit and healthy. But then the unconscious mind is like, well, it's a bit cold today, or you've already lost a bit of weight, you deserve that cookie, or those types of things. And so we can notice when our unconscious drives are out of alignment, because we'll be doing things that are in conflict with what we say our goal is, right? Like I'm trying to save for a holiday, but I just splurge on this little thing that I really want to buy because I feel like it. So just notice, and I'm deliberately kind of stirring the pot for you guys so that you can think about, where is the area of my life that I'm doing this? Right? Where is the area where I'm not quite congruent with what I think I want, or with what I say I want, what I write down as my goals? Just have a think about that. And there's no shame, there's no judgment, because every single human being has this to a greater or lesser degree, right? Every single human being in the world has these types of things going on. It's just in different areas of our life and to differing degrees. So it's just a function of being human and having a mind and having a body and being a multidimensional being. So that's cool. So just drop in the chat what your takeaway is already. Like, where's an aha moment or something that went, oh yeah, I get that. Like, drop that in and just let me know what's landed for you so far, just in the first 10 minutes. What's landed for you so far? And do you feel like you're in the right place? Amazing. Drop it in. Because ideally, we want to get to the place where all aspects of ourselves. Yeah, Katie, I can see clearly where I'm currently doing this, falling into comparison, spiraling, and procrastinating. Okay, my girl, I got you. It's okay. So that just shows, right, that, and you've made huge leaps, Katie, in your life over the last few years. So being able to like, oh, I've gone to this next level, and now, oh, there's something that's now the next level that's wanting to call me into something else. And I'm like, oh, there's a little bit of fear around it, right? Yeah. Okay. So ideally, we want to get doing many things that aren't perfectly aligned with my now. Yes. Okay, Pen. Love it. All right. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. We just accept it and we get awareness of it, and then we can start to change it. So ideally, we want to get into the place where all aspects of ourselves are aligned with the goal and the direction that we want. So spiritually, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and physically. I did this little reel the other day. I just thought of this metaphor. I'm obsessed with making really accessible metaphors at the moment. So I was thinking about, the three things that we need to get into momentum. Maybe you saw it. And the idea is, the first one is directional clarity. Most people don't get what they want because they don't know what they want, right? We barely ever ask ourselves the question, what do I really want? If I turn down all the noise of society and what my mum thinks and what my aunt so and so thinks, or what I should want at this stage of my life, and actually just really tune into my heart and go, what do I want right now? What kind of life do I want right now? Who are the most important people that I want to spend time with, that I want to invest in and have beautiful experiences with? Your partner and your kids and your close family and your friends, like all of those things. That's what really makes life meaningful. And it's so easy we don't need to get into a tirade on how crazy the world is right now, because that's kind of obvious. But it's so easy to get pulled off track because everybody's got an agenda of trying to sell you this or get you to do that or try to pull you into this. I am right now, right? I'd love you to come and join my spiral training. That's my agenda very clearly. I'd love you to come and join my spiral training or come and do some kind of mindset work at some point in some way or shape. It's not a high pressure thing, but I think this is awesome. And it's really helped me in my life, and it's helped a lot of other people. And I think it could help you too. So if you're here, that's my agenda. Very clear, very explicit. I also just hope that you have a great time and learn some good things, and it's a bit inspiring, right? So everybody's got something that they're trying to pull you into. And so being able to stay true to yourself and go, is what this person wants me to do actually in line with what I want for myself? And to be able to know that, and to be able to not get kind of pulled off track by other people's streams and intentions. And that's really, I think, my mission with all of the work that I do. If you don't know me, if you're new to my world, I've been coaching now for 22 years. Crazy, hey? I've been coaching for 22 years, and I'm kind of obsessed with free will and really supporting people to unleash their free will and to have the confidence and courage and ability to really go after what they want in life, whatever that is. Whatever your version of success is, I want to back you in it 100%, right? Because I really believe that the world needs more people who are doing what really lights them up. And it's possible to live a great life doing that. It really is. So just is that landing for you guys? Is that, yeah, I see you nodding, Penny. Yeah, right. It's like, that's what we're here for. I want you to really feel that you deserve to live the life that you want. And I love that you're in the sun while you're listening into this. It's so great. It's so great. But you deserve to live the life that you want and to go after what you want. And if there's any way that I can help, that's what I'm here for. So I'll give you a little quick pre-frame on what emotional clearing is, and then we'll get into a couple of demos and experiences so you can see how it works, because it's very fast. It's like wildly fast and effective. And some of you have already experienced it before. So I'll give you a quick rundown. So emotional clearing, I'm bringing in Homer Simpson to help me demonstrate. Emotional clearing is like basically going from I'm in some contracted, negative, uncomfortable state of shame, guilt, procrastination, not feeling good enough, whatever it is, into woohoo, I'm on track, I'm aligned, I'm doing what I want to do, right? So that's the cartoon version. The more sciencey version is, this is a slide that I've pulled from HeartMath, the HeartMath Institute, which is an amazing research institute that works on heart rate coherence, like how this is about the rate between the beats of your heart. And so when you're in frustration or a negative emotion, an uncomfortable emotion, frustration, fear, shame, you might be in fight or flight in your kind of nervous system stress response, and your heart rates get irregular. And so they can measure that. You can measure it in all sorts of medical sciencey devices that I'm not an expert in. But you can see right very clearly here in this map the difference between how your heart actually beats when you're in a negative state or in a contracted state versus when you're in a positive, appreciative state. So when you're in appreciation, when you're in gratitude, when you're in love, when you're in peace and acceptance, right? Your heart kind of shifts into this beautiful, coherent rhythm that just emanates through your whole field. And you become magnetic. You become more expanded, and you almost become like a magnet to the things that you want in your life. You become a magnet to opportunities. And so the ability to shift in that way is actually like, you can do it really fast. You can do it in an instant when you know the right buttons to press and the right kind of things to uncover. And so that's what I'd like to take you through, because that's really sorry, I sculled down a protein shake right before I came on here. So funny. So that's really what it does, right? It's like it helps us shift from a contracted negative emotion where we're not feeling good and we're not doing the things that we need to do into a positive feeling that allows us to then become a magnet to the types of things that we want in our life. So I'm going to stop the share and open up for some people who might want to jump in and be a demonstration clearing person experience. Who wants to have a little experience of this, do some clearing, work around? Who's got an issue? Here we go. I'll ask a better question. Who's got an issue that they're a bit stressed about that they'd like some clearing on and are happy to be in the call, public, recorded, doing this, going through it? Because obviously that's important for consent, that you're happy to do it on the call. And we don't have to talk about details. We don't have to give any story. We don't have to tell any of your secrets to the world. It's literally just some feelings while we're going on the call. Who wants some support around this? Just drop a Y if you want to have the experience. Katie, I'm happy to, but if there's someone who hasn't experienced, thanks, Katie. I appreciate you. Is there anybody? Katie has worked with me before and experienced this before. So Katie, you'd be a great demonstration person. If someone else wants to jump in, you're welcome to. Or drop in. Or Katie, babe, you're up. Thank you. I'm going to spotlight you with me so we can go side by side. Spotlight. How do I? Oh, and spotlight. There we go. Hi.
Hello. So nice.
Hello, lovely. It's so
and
nice
Penny,
to see
nice
you.
to see you too. It's been such a long time.
I know. So good to connect with you guys. How have you been, Katie? You
I've
well?
been very, very well. Yep. I'm happy and healthy, and family is
Amazing.
all wonderful. So yeah, life is good. Life is good.
Yes. Yes. That is amazing. I love it. I love it. So good. Well, is there something in your life that is not as good as you'd like it to be? Something where you might feel a little bit contracted, or something that you're a little bit stressed about? Is there some area of your life that you're like, oh yeah, I'd love to get some help around that?
Yeah, I mean it's not something that is causing me stress, but it's
Yeah.
something that is keeping me stuck. So I'm working on a
Okay.
bit of a passion project, and this feels like we've
Ooh.
come full circle, Kylie, because it
Oh
is
my God,
around the
Katie.
journaling passion of mine that I've had for such a long
Yes.
time that you'll remember 5 years ago I started something and then I stopped it, and it's come full circle and it's back again. So it's
Amazing.
the something that needs to be born.
I love that.
But I've got a friend who made a passing comment a couple of years ago that was to the effect of, you'd be a millionaire if you just stuck to one thing. And it's
Mm-hmm.
something that has just stuck in my mind. And as like a multi-passionate, highly creative, probably
Yeah.
ADHD undiagnosed, like a
Yeah.
million
Yeah.
ideas and a million things that I want to do. Like I'm always trying new things. I'm always signing up for new courses. Like it just feels like it's part of my DNA. But there's something from that passing comment that has
Yeah.
made me question on some occasion whether should I just be focusing on one thing, or is it wrong to be not wrong, but
Mm,
could I be having more impact if I just went really narrow,
focus.
really deep all on one thing? And I think that's the piece that I'm sort of battling with at the moment, because I have a design business which I love and I don't want to give that up, but there is this
Yeah.
other really deep passion and excitement around creating a journaling product, and really leaning into how I can impact people in a different way
Yes.
that's not designing websites for their business. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of, yeah, so that's sort of where I'm at the moment. And I think when you were saying about the unconscious, um,
Yeah. Handbrakes.
the conscious and the unconscious, I think the conscious is this goal of launching this new kind of journaling
Yeah.
business, for
Yeah.
want of a better word, journaling brand. The unconscious are the habits that I then fall into with scrolling,
Yeah.
and then the scrolling leads to looking at other people doing the thing that I want to be doing. And I'm saying
Mm,
it's for inspiration, but actually then I fall into that comparison trap. And
yeah.
then I think, well, people are already doing this thing. Like, why is anyone going to want to see me
Your
doing
one.
it? So then there's procrastination. So I can see all of these happening, all of these things happening,
Mm-hmm.
but there's some block,
There's
and I
something there.
don't think it's fear, but we'll see what
Yeah.
comes out
We'll
of this.
see. We'll see.
But there's something there that's like not letting me go, like, the
Fully.
handbrake's half on. The handbrake is,
Handbrakes. The handbrake's
yeah,
half on, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Okay. Who
Sorry, that
who
was a lot.
resonates? No, no. I love it, Katie. Thank you for sharing. I really honor you and really appreciate you just sharing your heart and where you're
Thank
at.
you.
Who resonates with what Katie's said and sees themselves in a little bit of what Katie said? Please drop a Y in the text chat or unmute. And Penny says, yes, I resonate big time. I was like, oh, Pen, this could be you. Hilarious. I love it. Who else resonates? Just drop a Y in the text chat if you're listening in and you're like, who are these crazy people? Tell me in the Y chat. Yes, Joanna, I see. Yeah, you're not the only one. Yeah, Michelle. Okay. Amazing. So I resonate myself, right? I feel the same. That's probably why we all know each other and are close. It's that connection of multi-passionate, excited, creative, artistic, and that's not a bad thing.
Mm,
That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. Um, I think it's tricky sometimes. And I mean, we could go into a whole thing about like capitalist society and colonialism and trying to fit people into boxes and, blah, blah, blah. But we won't, because we all know that that exists. And there is a structural societal pressure to fit into a certain machine and to be a cog in that machine, and be like, for people to be able to understand you in a simple way, and to like, here, just have a one line sentence of what you do and how you do it, and simplify it down.
mm.
And there's benefit to that for sure. Let's all take a big deep breath. Because I've been stirring the pot of your unconscious deliberately. And so just, if you feel like, I often do these kinds of like shoulder shrugs. If you've got your video off, please play along. I can't see you, but please play along. Like, give your body a little bit of a shake. Just kind of wake up your physical body, because we're working, remember, on 5 levels: mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, and physically. And so we just want to kind of wake up the physical body. Ugh. All right. So, clearing demonstration time. So, based on what you've said, Katie, what I've what I've just written down is a few different statements that could be potential loosening up and kind of unbinding type of phrases that could support you. So, do I have your consent to tune into your energetic field and do some clearing work with you for the purposes of this call?
Yes, you do. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. So we can do this remotely. We're actually both in Sydney at the moment, but I have clients all around the world, and it works absolutely well no matter how far the distance. When you're consciously connected, even over Zoom, it works perfectly. So what I do is bring my fingers into this loop, which is a muscle testing process, which is very easy to learn. You just be able to hold your fingers in a loop and hold them together. So this is the lock and this is the unlock, lock, unlock. And so the lock tells us when the nervous system feels and experiences something as true. Now, this doesn't mean that it's empirically or scientifically true. It's just like this body feels like, yeah, that's right. Like, yeah, I'm a woman. Yeah, I live on Earth. Yeah, I live in Australia on Earth. Oh, yes, okay, that feels true for me. I'm not on Mars. No. So when you're saying something that's not true for your body, then you become momentarily weaker. And so that's a part of how we kind of work with this. And this is like scientifically proven. It's based kinesiology, all of that. I don't have time to go into the science. I'll just show you how it works. So, Katie, just think about that. Think about that comment that you mentioned at the start, like, oh, if you just stuck to one thing, you'd be a millionaire already. Yeah. And just feel into that. And just notice your level of consciousness and your how you feel. Just notice how you feel about this idea of, oh, I really like to create lots of different things, but maybe I should focus on just one thing. Just that tension in that contrast or in a conflict around it. So there's kind of two competing desires here within the unconscious, and neither of them are wrong, but currently they're not in harmony with each other. Yeah, and that's what's causing, Katie, this kind of sense of unease. So what I'm going to do is tune in and muscle test. So muscle testing for Katie today. Yes, and all of these clears are in Katie's best and highest good and for her benefit. Yes, and the benefit of all beings. Yes. Okay, so let me just check. I'm going to use the David Hawkins scale. I'll just show you here. Let me pull up the right one so I can show you as I do it. Here we go. Oh, not that one, not my whole messy screen, just this one. There we go. Can you guys see that? Amazing. So I'm just going to test, what is Katie's current level of consciousness around this issue, right? And so we're going to go from the bottom, 20, 30, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175. Okay, so this is interesting. So it's at 175, which is the life view is indifferent, and there's a sense of scorn, right? That someone has scorned you in some way around this. Okay. So then I ask the question, what is the priority emotion to clear, for Katie to clear, to be able to raise her consciousness and expand her consciousness around this issue? So we start at 175, indifferent and scorn. So what's the priority emotion to clear? And so now I'll show you the different one of where we go from here. I'm going to show you this one that goes around the edge. And so this is what I do now. I ask this question, what is the priority emotion for Katie to clear to raise her consciousness? And I go around this emotions chart to find the emotion. So fire, earth, metal. It's in metal. Lung, large intestine. So you can see we're just going around. We're in the gray dot now. And now we're going to go down this list, which is hard to read on this little screen, but I'll show you. So we go down this list on large intestine. So dogma, guilt. So lung, large intestine, we just double tested that. Dogma, guilt, shame, spite, vulnerability. Too much vulnerability. Okay. So Katie, do you relate to the idea that it feels too vulnerable? This sense of like, oh, I'm vulnerable. I'm trying to do all these different things, and this person's kind of saying maybe I should focus on things and I'd make more money. Does that
Mm.
relate for you? Like, oh, I feel vulnerable here.
Yeah, yeah, it does. And I think that's in the sense that the perception to other people, if she's thinking it, or other people thinking it, and then should I,
Should
you
I
know,
change?
yeah, should I change that? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So would you like to shift that feeling of being vulnerable to her comments or what other people might be thinking about your creative pursuits and all the different things you're doing? Would you like to shift that
Mm.
feeling that you're
Yeah, for
vulnerable?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a pressure point here. This relates to the large intestine. And if any of you also relate to feeling vulnerable from other people's criticism, then feel into that and you can rub along with this spot here. And so as you just gently rub on the spot, and you can close your eyes like Katie's doing. And I often end up feeling a big yawn or a sigh come through. Sometimes it might be a little burp or a little wiggle or some kind of muscle releasing in your body. Sometimes you feel like doing a little stretch. And so we'll do one side for a minute or so. And then the other. And as you massage this spot, just let yourself start to relax around it. It's like, yeah, there are times when I feel vulnerable to other people's opinions or what they think I should be doing. And not needing to change it, you can just massage the spot and set the intention to relax around it. And then we notice, and we just kind of notice within our own bodies when we have that feeling. So notice how Katie just had a big breath there. There's usually some kind of physical shift that will happen that indicates that there's been a release. And so it might be a sigh, it might be like the jaw relaxes, the shoulders might drop. Like I said, you might have a big yawn. And that's a sign. Whenever you like make those signs, it's a sign that your nervous system has gone from stressed in kind of sympathetic nervous system to parasympathetic, rest and digest. Is like, that's why you might like sigh or yawn or burp, because it's rest and digest. So, so your body's actually releasing nervous system tension. Good job. You can rest your hands now. And so now I just muscle test. Has Katie successfully cleared vulnerability? Yes. Okay. And so now let's muscle test again up this list. So your general feeling around this emotion and around this issue, it was at 175. So let's start 150, 175, 200, 250, 310, 350, 400, 500, 540, 600. Great. So we've already raised up this sense just by releasing that vulnerability. We've already started to raise up that sense that, oh, it's all perfect. Like I can be at peace about this. It's not kind of, it's not a big deal. How do you feel about that now, Katie? You're reading up at 600 at peace around this.
Yeah, it's interesting because as I was sort of you
Rubbing
know,
the spot.
rubbing the
Yeah.
spot, this thing came into my head around, well, vulnerability is also my superpower. Like when I've been vulnerable with people and I've shared
Mm.
my story and I've shared my experiences, it's people have said, "Oh my God, I resonate with that." And like there's an understanding there. So it's almost like by feeling
Yeah.
and being vulnerable,
Yeah.
it can have a really positive impact on other people as well.
Amazing. I
Mm,
love that.
yeah.
I love that. And so you made peace with that feeling so that it wasn't now a stressor. It's like, oh, this is actually my superpower. And
Yeah.
that's what's so beautiful about this work is it's not about eliminating those emotions. Like uncomfortable emotions obviously are not fun to feel. It's not fun to feel shame or jealousy or guilt or rage. Like it's not enjoyable to feel those feelings, but they're important feelings and they give us information. And when we kind of avoid them and get trapped and contracted around them, then it's hard to it's easier to get stuck. Whereas if we just go, oh, actually, vulnerability is my superpower. Oh, shame teaches me lessons when I maybe need to adjust my behavior, or anger tells me where someone's treading over my boundaries. When we start to make peace with the emotions, then we don't get so kind of stuck in them, and we can learn the lesson and let the emotion pass through, almost like a cloud passing through the sky. So now we've just like loosened up some of the consciousness around it. Let's do a couple of statement clears around the specifics of this issue. Is that okay?
Yep.
Amazing. So can you say, I'm okay with just sticking to one thing?
I'm okay with just sticking to one thing.
That is not okay. That is not okay. Not okay for Katie. Okay. So then I ask again and we go around the list again. So I'm not going to keep sharing different things, but I'll just go around the list and you'll see. So what is the priority emotion for Katie to clear to be able to be okay with just sticking to one thing if she wants to? So fire, earth, metal, water, wood, gallbladder, liver, anger, rage, fury. Too much. Money, self to self, self to other, other to self. Okay. So I'm just muscle testing through a sequence of lists in my head that I already have memorized, but this is a part of what we teach you that goes through, and then it gives us information. It's almost like a laser pointer right into your unconscious. So what's coming up is that to be okay with sticking with one thing, there's actually too much fury from someone else if you were sticking with just one thing. Can you think about what that might be? That if you were just sticking with one thing, there would be too much fury from someone?
Well, I think the fury's from me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, I've got so much
Yeah,
creative
because
impulse.
as you were saying that, I was like, but I don't want to stick to one thing. Like I know that I don't want to stick to one thing. Well, yeah, I know
Exactly.
that I don't want to stick
Yeah.
to.
So it's coming up self to situation. So that means like, oh, this is my fury. I don't want to stick to just one thing. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
So would you like to shift this fury? Because we want to be able to have the ability to stick to one thing in a moment, but
Mm,
it doesn't necessarily mean we need to stick to one thing for our entire life or our entire career, right? It's
yeah,
like you want to be able to focus on one thing sometimes and then focus on another thing sometimes, you know?
yeah. That would be good.
So would that be okay to shift
Yeah.
that feeling of fury around sticking to one thing?
Hmm.
Okay. So take your left hand to your right side. I'm mirrored here. So left hand to right side. And so just rubbing across your rib cage. So this is an acupressure, neurolymphatic acupressure point that relates to the liver, which is where fury is stored. And so if you ever felt furious about the idea that you might have to stick to one thing because you've got so much creative juice, then rub along with us and release it for yourself. So that's it. Oh, and so what happens here, the reason that this works is we're using the acupressure and the physical touch to send energy through the meridian channels inside the body. And we've set up this sequence so that it's like, oh, I'm rubbing this so that I release fury. And then we're sending energy into the meridian where the fury is stored, into the liver, so that your unconscious mind is being given a command, just like an AI, like you've got to give it the right prompts to get the right output. We want to give our minds the right prompts to get the right output out of our out of our machinery. And that's what part of what this does. So just notice that fury at trying to be boxed into just one thing, Katie. Just let that move through your body. You don't have to tame it. You don't have to contain it. Just let it burn all the way through. Just like, in Inside Out, where the little anger Emotion has the big volcano out of his head. Just let it burn. Like, I've got so much creative impulse. You can't tie me down to one thing. Oh, that's it. Good job. And so just letting that roll through. Good job. So have we cleared for fury? And noticing, Katie, like just, oh, there's a little bit more softness and like, oh, kind of a bit more relaxed. So notice that. Have we cleared for fury for Katie today? Yeah, there's that little yawn. And so then just saying again out loud, I'm okay with sticking to just one thing.
I'm okay with sticking to just one thing.
Yes, you are. Yay. And notice how that feels. Like, oh, yeah. How does that feel to say it? What are the thoughts that come up when you say it?
Yeah, I think the reframe of like you can stick to one thing and I was thinking, well, that might just be the task that I'm focusing on right now or the project that I need to kind of work on to get to a milestone. So it's not kind of it needs to be one business and one
Yeah.
service. It can be
One
lots of
offer.
different things, but focus and do the one thing that you're doing at that time.
At that time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so this is because procrastination, which was the issue that you
Mm.
said, like I'm
Yeah.
procrastinating, is like it's trying to do so many things all at once that you only like maybe do 1% of this and 2% of that and 3% of this thing. And oh, I
Yeah.
might like start to clean the cupboards and then I'll clean my
Yeah.
desk and then
I
I'm going to
did that
work on
this
my
morning.
project and then I'll walk the dog and then I'll make some breakfast and I'm halfway through a cup of tea. And it's like, I'm actually doing 20 different things just a tiny bit at a time. And
Yeah.
so it's more efficient to just do the one thing at a time and take that to completion before moving on.
Mm.
And there's a whole bunch of other science about like how our brains are like constantly being distracted and mobile phone use and blah, dopamine addiction. And that's a whole other thing as well. But to be able to focus is actually a skill that we need to train ourselves in. So because we do have so many things pulling our focus and distracting us, training our focus is really a mindset skill that is important to train and maintain. So now I'm okay with sticking to just one thing. Is reading okay for you?
Mm.
Amazing. So now say we always test with statement clears, we always test in pairs so that it gives you choice, right? You want to be able to stick to one thing and not stick to one thing. So let's do the opposite side. I'm okay with not just sticking to one thing. Can you say
I'm
that?
okay with not just sticking to one thing.
Okay, so that's okay. How about I'm okay with being multi-passionate?
I'm okay with being multi-passionate.
So you're okay with that? That's good. And so this is like, oh, these are, notice how when Katie says it, it's like there's a, yeah, she is okay with it. You can see the congruence in her physiology when she says it. It's like, yeah, I'm okay with being multi-passionate. And then this is just like a confirmation, like, oh, yeah, she is. And then I'm okay with not being multi-passionate.
I'm okay with not being multi-passionate.
Yeah, so that's not okay. That's not okay. So with not being multi-passionate, and so what is the priority emotion here to shift? So Katie can be okay with that if she wants to. So fire, earth, metal, water, wood, central, governing, integrity. Not enough. Love, money, self to self. That you would be not enough in integrity with yourself if you weren't multi-passionate.
Mm.
How
Yeah.
does that feel?
Yeah. Feels true.
Right? And so that's here in your governing meridian, which is actually your central yang meridian channel, which is yang, as you know, sometimes people call it masculine, but it's actually just the energy of direction and doing things and creation, right? That kind of outward directive focused creation. And so that relates to this pressure point up here under your nose. So just feel into how you wouldn't be in enough integrity in yourself if you weren't multi-passionate.
Mm.
So you could either tap it or stroke it, just like give it a little rub. And so right under the nose, this is the governing meridian. I always remember this pressure point because I remember it's like governing is like the masculine yang meridian, and I'm giving my little imaginary mustache a massage for my masculine energy, my yang energy. That's it. Good. And just feel into just aligning yourself around your integrity of being who you really are. And how important that is to really be your true self. No matter what anybody thinks, or no matter how much money you might make or not make. How important it is and how valuable it is to you to be your true self, to be in integrity with yourself and your life impulse and your essence. How valuable that is to you. Oh, that's it. Good. Okay. So have we cleared for integrity? Yes. And so again, we're not clearing integrity, we're in clearing any stress around the idea that she's not in enough integrity. So whatever kind of glitches there are in there, we don't need to go into all of the details or stories about it. We can just rub the spot, set the intention, and set the unconscious mind the command, hey, we're clearing around integrity here, around not being multi-passionate, and it will figure out the rest. You know, it's the smartest intelligent system that exists on the planet right now. So can you say again, I'm okay with not being multi-passionate?
I'm okay with not being multi-passionate.
Yeah. And so it's like, okay, it doesn't mean that you become not multi-passionate. It's just like, I'm okay with that. There are times where I am going to be multi-passionate and times where I am going to be focused. And that's okay because I have options. How does that feel to say that now?
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah. And so then let's test in, I'm okay with being focused.
I'm okay with being focused.
That's good. I'm okay with not being focused.
I'm okay with not being focused.
Yeah, that's okay too, which is amazing. We want that. That's what we want to always bring a client to okayness, right? It's like, I'm okay with this option. I'm okay with that option. I'm okay with going out. I'm okay with staying in. I'm okay with doing this. I'm okay with not doing this. And you might think, why would you want to get to neutrality? Or okayness with all things? Shouldn't there be things that you want to be not okay with? But we actually have the most power to move and the most power to create and manifest when we actually just come from a sense of, okay, I would be okay if this happened and I would be okay if it didn't happen. And then from that place of okayness and neutrality, then you're like, okay, what's my preference? Well, my preference is I want to do this. And now I'm not running away from anything and I'm not needing anything. And I'm just choosing from the fullness of my essence. This is what I choose and this is what I'm going after. And it actually makes manifestation so much faster and easier. So that's great that Katie's now okay with being focused and not being focused. So let's go to the specifics of what you said at the start. I'm okay with launching a journaling brand.
I'm okay with launching a journaling brand.
Now you're okay with it. Yeah. And then I'm okay with not launching a journaling brand.
I'm okay with not launching a journaling brand.
And that's okay, right? That's great because you want to have the freedom of choice. You want to be okay if you do, okay if you don't, and then you get to choose. So, what would you like to do, Katie, with your journaling brand?
I would like to launch it.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Great. Hooray. And so now if I come back and test your level of consciousness around this, so I'm going to go back to the level of consciousness from before. So we got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000. So now you're at pure consciousness, which is the scale that we work on. So it's like, now it's like fully in enlightenment in this moment of I'm okay with doing it. I'm okay with not doing it. And from that place of peace, I choose to do it. That's where your free will lives. right? Your free will lives in being okay with doing it, okay with not doing it. And then it's like, what do I want? And choosing from there. How does that feel?
Yeah, amazing. Very good.
Yay!
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Katie, for
Thank
being my
you.
demonstration person. Just let me check in with some final checks. So, does Katie have everything she needs to let go of what's already gone? Yes. Does Katie have everything she needs to integrate a new level of power and commitment to launch her journaling brand? Yes. And do we have energetic permission for Katie to experience an undeniable and miraculous shift based on everything we've done today? Yes. Amazing. Yay.
Thank
So much for being
you.
my spotlight demo.
You.
Thank you, darling. Amazing. Amazing. All right. So, what did you notice? What did you notice? You were watching along. What did you notice in that experience with Katie being the demonstration? What did you see? What did you pick up? What kind of struck you about it? Feel free to drop it in the chat or unmute and unmute and say so. What did you notice about this? What did you like about it? What did you notice as Katie was going through that? As a clearing technique, this is a super powerful process. And you can see, like, in literally 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, we went through, and just with a couple of simple statements and some acupressure points and a little bit of muscle testing, we were able to uncover a couple of core little handbrakes in Katie's mind that we've now taken off. And now she can move forward with her energy. She can bring all of her energy into this project of knowing where she's going and what she's doing. Yeah, the shift in her energy and confidence. Yeah, thanks, Fan. Okay, so who would find this to be a useful tool to learn and start to practice? Like, this is something amazing. Joanna, I love that you anchored in practical actions that differ from other energy shifting models. Amazing. I'm glad. Thank you, Joanna. I appreciate it. There's a lot that May and I have brought into this practice. Like, we took over the company 3 years ago to teach it. And May and I are both like really quite precise NLP trainers and teachers. We've been doing it for a long time, both of us. And so we really are very precise about the language and the steps, because it is very powerful and it is very potent. And it's important to give your mind very clear instructions and to be precise about it. I don't know if you've ever asked for or like tried to manifest a goal and you forgot to make specific a certain bit. And then that bit was the bit that like created the problem. The more specific and intentional you are, the more powerful it's going to be. So let me tell you a little bit about how you could learn this if you want to. So is that okay with you guys if I just spend a little 5 minutes sharing how you could learn how to do this yourself? So amazing. So here's the first caveat is that you can get the book written by the guy Dane who created this method. You can get that for free on our website right now at thespiral.com. So you can get the book that he wrote that outlines all of these details, and you can get a basic kind of energy clearing, self-clearing course that is for free on our website right now. So we really care about getting this out into the world and making it as accessible as possible. So you can get access to how to start to learn how to do this yourself on our website right now for free. And if you want to go deeper and actually study with us and, work with us and have us train you in it, then this is what I'd love to share with you. So I'm going to pull up the slides and just share with you what it is. And so here we go. Can you see that? Or can you guys see that okay? Amazing. So what we're doing is taking people through an online training that teaches them how to do this, the emotional clearing. And so we have 3 levels of training. And the first one is the emotional clearing foundations. And that's 5 live practice sessions and an online training course that has all of the details about how to do what I just did with Katie. You learn how to do statement clears to shift beliefs. You learn how to do level of consciousness clears, which raise our consciousness. You learn how to do the muscle testing. You learn the acupressure points, and you learn all of the foundations of how to do this for yourself, for your family, and for clients if you work with clients in a leadership or a coaching capacity. So you get qualified to practice this and do this with others. So that's the first level. Then the second level, which is our two parts of this certification, then the second level is this process called the spiral, which takes you through a really powerful sequence to actually kind of do a massive energetic clear up. And so it combines the wisdom pathway of the chakras with spiral dynamics, which I don't have time to explain to you now, but is a level of, this is a model that maps the evolution of consciousness through Western psychology and is a very powerful and useful model. And the scale of consciousness, which is what I just showed you before, like the going up the different scales. So this is Dr. Hawkins is a really powerful body of work. And so we combine all of these models and the kinesiology and the TCM into a coherent process that becomes like a systematic healing and evolution process. And so we go through these different levels and teach you in the practitioner training how to take people through this journey. And so the training happens on two levels. There's your personal experience, just like Katie then in the client seat, having the clearing, experiencing the shifts, having the realizations and the emotional shifts. So you have a personal experience of liberation and breaking through blocks and clearing past trauma and emotional stuff. And then you also have the experience of learning a new skill set that you can do for yourself, for your family, or to use as a professional practitioner if you want to, like as a coach, practitioner, healer, energy worker. You can utilize all of this, and we teach you the entire system to do it. So this is actually a process that goes through each of these different levels. And so level 1, we clear shame and guilt and dogma, so you can have the experience of deserving. Level 2, we clear fear and grief and paralyzed will to unlock your creative power. At level 3, this is the solar plexus, we clear pride and anger and desire, and we're shifting your relationship with these emotions, right? So you can have power and a sense of power and knowing what you want to do. Then at level 4, we shift the emotions around reason and acceptance and love to expand your sense of openness in your heart. And then at level 5, shifting anxiety and confidence and low self-esteem. So any confidence issues or self-esteem issues, so that you can express yourself unapologetically, powerfully, creatively. Level 6 is your ajna, your third eye, mystical intuition center. And so we clear around truth and trust and being receptive to life, so that you can open up your intuitive vision. And then level 7 is the crown. And so we shift our emotions and beliefs around peace and joy, enlightenment and purpose. And so this opens up. It's like, if you think of each of these like power centers in your body, and most of us are only maybe operating 10% here, 20% there, 30% here. And it's almost like we have this kind of power pipe inside our body. And all of this gunk of all of the different traumas and things have just like blocked up the pipe, you know? And so this process clears out all of the gunk so that you have more energy to create, to manifest, and to shift what you're letting go of and to call in what you want to create. And so by very systematically going through this process, you walk out of the level 2 training having a very powerful experience of liberation, of unleashing, stuckness and trauma. And you feel like, whoa, oh my God, I'm like a whole new person. This is so good. I feel more like myself than I've ever been before. And then you also have this amazing process that you can immediately offer to people in your social media network if they want to go through this themselves. And we have very clear structured scripts. We benchmark you on all the skills. We have like trainers and crew that go around in this online course, just like we're doing now, right? So it's a live Zoom class. And we make sure that you feel confident in the skills, right? That you know what you're doing. We don't certify practitioners if they don't know what they're doing. We're very rigorous about our standards. And it's very easy to learn, right? When we teach you the right way, it's very easy to learn. And so you walk out having this amazing skill set that you can use for the rest of your life. Like I use it every night when I put my boy to sleep. If he's a bit scared or he's had a rough day at school, then he will ask me to do some clearing with him right before bed. And it always like creates this beautiful little conversation. We can shift his energy and then he goes to sleep really easily. So I have used this technique every single day since I learned it 7 years ago, right? And that's why I've ended up running the school, because I really care about it. And I believe in the power of it. I believe in the precision of it. And I'm here to spread it in the world and like have more people expand it and understand what's possible. Because people don't know how easy it is to actually let go of stuff that they don't need to carry anymore, and how much easier life can be when you do that. So we teach you all of this, the emotions chart, the acupressure points. And if you wanted to get started, we have our emotional clearing certification starting at the end of this month. It's in sessions, 2 half-day sessions, so Thursdays and Fridays. Thursdays, Fridays from 9 until 1 Sydney time. So that works out to be evening, Wednesday and Thursday in the US. So in the States on Eastern or Pacific time, it's like 6 or 7. It kind of goes into the evening. So it's an evening training for US. That's why we do these short chunks to make it accessible for time zones. So if you want to find out more, and obviously, yeah, it's like shining the light on the parts in your unconscious where the handbrakes are so we can take them off. Marianne Williamson, as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. And so I'd love to share this with you. I'd love to share more information with you. Now that you've signed up for this, you will have gotten some emails from me with all of the details. If you want to find out more, please book in. We've got a couple of weeks until we close enrollment for this. Like technically we're closing at the end of this week, but we could squeeze a few people in afterwards if need be. Here's just some of the people who have gone through and what they've said. What an incredible 5 weeks. This is in the level 1 training. My skills have leveled up. Precision, depth, and clarity of what you're teaching and how you're teaching is truly amazing. Amazing. Painful at times when you're moving through the shifts. However, we create the unconditional container for transformational growth. Like this is not something to do if you're going through a really intense time of your life. This is like when I'm ready for growth and I'm ready to face some things and let go of some things and actually move up to the next level. This is the time to do this kind of training. So if you'd like to find out more, please book in for a call with me, shoot me an email. If you have any questions, ask away. Basically, there's 4 options between now and your future, right? You can either be struggling in survival, expanding, or thriving. And it's really just like right now, you could be on any of those lines, right? And so being able to be on those green lines of expanding and thriving and actually moving up into the brightest future that you possibly can starts now with a choice to do that, right? With a choice to lean into your best self. So if you're a coach or healer and want to add a powerful modality to your skill set, jump on in. We'd love to support you. Like we absolutely adore coaches and healers. And if you're a leader or an entrepreneur or a creative, this is really about a process that you can learn and master for daily self-mastery, for daily alignment and supporting your team. So if you want to find out more, jump on thespiral.com/enroll now. I'll drop it in the chat. Spiral.com/enroll now, and you can book in a time to talk to me. I'll also send you I've got a longer masterclass that goes in more depth about what it is and all of that. That's available on the website as well. Just shoot me a question if you have any questions or you want to talk about your specific situation. But we would love to have you in this training if it calls to you. It's powerful, it's precise, it changes lives. It's changed my life. It's changed my life. I didn't think I would end up running school, but here I am. So it changed yours too, Katie. Absolutely. It did, right? You went through the spiral and what was your experience of going through the spiral? Would you like to share just for a quick one?
Yeah, so I was in the middle of burnout and a breakdown and started the spiral with Kylie, had think we booked 10 sessions
10
together.
sessions. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think we got to session number 7 and I realized that I wanted to resign. And so I handed in my resignation and I didn't have a plan and I didn't have another job to go to, but I trusted that what was unfolding was what was meant to be. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, really kind of consciously redesigned my life, started a business, very successful design business that I'm still running, nearly 6 years later. And yeah, just have like so much more spaciousness. It was really the start
Mm,
of my personal and spiritual development and journey.
was.
And yeah, it was incredible and loved every minute
Thank
of
you,
it.
Katie.
Yeah, thank
Thank you,
you.
Katie. I appreciate you sharing that. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. It was such a joy sharing that journey with you, from like that burnt out, stressed,
Mm,
inside that job to where you are now. It's so
yeah.
exciting.
Feels
Yeah,
like a
it's so
different
exciting.
world now.
It totally is. It
Yeah.
totally is amazing. And so that's an example. That's Katie's experience is not an uncommon experience. It's a very um, that is a very usual experience. Not necessarily that you leave your job, but that you are going after what you want to do. Right? It's like it's about whatever the change in your life that you really want to make. It's about making that change and stepping into your power and moving after what you really want to do and getting all of the little handbrakes and obstacles out of the way so that you can just shine your best self. So I'm going to stick to time. If you have any questions and you want to stick around, you're welcome to stick around and ask questions. But otherwise, please have an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing evening, wherever you are in the world. If you have questions, please shoot me an email. If you'd love to join the training or you're inquiring and curious about the training, book in a call with me and let's go through any questions that you have. We have payment plans and affordable options and US dollars and Australian dollars, and we can figure something out. If you want to be a part of it, come and talk to us and we can figure something out. Appreciate it. Thanks, Joanna. I'd love to speak with you. Yeah, let's get in touch. Thank you, guys. Have an amazing day and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye.